Hi everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I want to speak about the divine self, how to connect with the divine self and how to be in your state of consciousness that fits you best, how to go to that state of consciousness that is represented by pure positive feelings and that state of consciousness that is represented by the complete self. Now I want to mention the fact that we are guided from source energy. Okay, we are guided from higher consciousness. We are guided to do the right thing from the higher self, and usually this higher self speaks to us through our feelings. And what I'm realizing is the fact that we gotta accept all kind of feelings. Okay, if we want to connect with our true authentic higher self, we gotta accept our feelings. Okay, now in my own journey I had contacted my higher self, I had experiences with my higher self. I really felt connected with my true authentic version, and I realized that it was so much related about my feelings. Now of course I was not perfect and I couldn't always listen to my feelings, but I realized that in those moments I had to also accept my lower nature. And this is actually another tip for you to actually connect with your higher self. You gotta accept your lower nature as well. So in essence, you gotta love yourself. You gotta embrace and accept everything about yourself, because we're not perfect. And even the higher self is not perfect. It's perfect in its imperfection. So we gotta learn to actually keep a positive mindset and a positive attitude. And when we cannot do this, we also have to embrace our lower nature. So accepting the feeling is super important, because I realized that when I'm in resistance, it feels bad. But when I'm in a flow state and when I'm listening to my feelings, it actually feels good. Okay, so it's about realizing that we all have a higher nature, which is the higher self, and we all have a lower nature, which may be the wounded self. Okay, it may be the ego, it may be the wounded self. Okay, and I realized that in my journey I had to keep trusting the process. Okay, this is actually another tool for you to actually connect with your higher self. You gotta keep trusting the process. If you don't trust, you lose. Okay, because I believe that the universe never really gives us what we want, it gives us what we are a match to. So I realized that when I trust myself and when I trust my intuition, everything will actually work out in my favor. But if I don't trust, then I get to be in resistance. Okay, so trust more, trust yourself more. Go ahead and express yourself, go ahead and be your best version. Go ahead and forgive yourself, forgive your past, forgive others. Get into that state of consciousness that is represented by love, peace, harmony. Okay, I realized that I had to forgive. Okay, I had to forgive others, I had to forgive myself, I had to forgive my experiences. And this is actually another tool to actually step into the higher self. You gotta learn to forgive. Okay, if you don't forgive, you hold grudges. If you don't forgive, you hold stuck energy in your body. And it's also okay to learn to be authentic. Okay, because sometimes you have to say no, sometimes you have to be yourself, sometimes you have to really be in that authentic state of consciousness, and also maybe be negative sometimes. Okay, but what I'm coming to realize is the fact that if we go with pure intentions, we cannot really lose. Okay, so my suggestion is, if you want to connect with your higher self, you gotta go with pure intentions, you gotta go with purity, you gotta go with that inner child of yours. Okay, I also want to speak about the inner child, because I believe that the higher self may be disguised as the inner child. Okay, the higher self may be disguised as the inner child, and we all have an inner child. Okay, we all have that version of ourselves that is actually childish and playful and funny, and that is actually laughing. So what I'm realizing is the fact that we gotta heal our inner child. Okay, we gotta forgive ourselves for hurting our inner child. Okay, we gotta forgive ourselves for not knowing what we were doing when we actually made mistakes. Okay, and it's important to really go deep into your heart space. Okay, this is what I'm also realizing. If I'm going deep into my own heart space, I get to actually be my true authentic self. So it's about really that feeling of intuition, guys. Okay, the more that you listen to your intuition is the more that you win, because the intuition always speaks to you. And really the intuition is really smooth. The intuition is that voice that is speaking to you without words. It's a gut feeling. So yeah, right now I'm in moments where I'm embracing my higher nature more and more, and I realize that authenticity is so important in this process. Okay, I realize that being who I'm meant to be is so important in this process. And of course it wasn't easy. I really have a rough past behind myself. Okay, I really have some experiences that have really wounded me, but I also have my higher self team that is actually protecting me. I also have my ancestors that hold my back. You know, I also have my true guidance that is in my heart, and I really have the motivation to never give up. Okay, so yeah, the divine self always speaks to us, and it is who we truly are in essence. It is that true authentic signature. It is that true version of ourselves that constantly guides us forward. And what I'm realizing is the fact that I gotta listen to my higher self. You know, I gotta listen to my intuition. I gotta listen to my feelings. And it's also okay to accept your resistance. You know, it's also okay to accept that lower state of consciousness. It's okay to actually set yourself free. You know, because I believe that when we set ourselves free, we also connect with the higher self. You know, so it's about playing it smart. You know, it's about really not getting attached to things, like not getting attached to material things, and getting to find the secret within ourselves. You know, it's about really learning to see the material world as something that is needed, but also find the secret in the inner state of consciousness. You know, because I believe that we are not dependent on external circumstances, and we give power to circumstances, guys. Okay, so we are not dependent on external things. We are the ones that with our perception choose to actually influence reality. Okay, we have the power to create our own reality. So yeah, this is how to connect with your true authentic self from my perspective. It's all happening for you, and even if you are not on the spiritual path, you still have a higher self. Even if you are not on the spiritual journey, you still have a true authentic self. And I believe that passion is so important, because whenever we are following our passions, we are also connecting with our higher self. You know, so it's about really getting into the state of non-resistance, getting into that flow state, getting into the wu-wei state, which is the state of effortless effort. Okay, which is the state of least resistance, which is the state of higher consciousness. Okay, so yeah, this is my perspective on how to connect with the true higher self. Realize that in essence it is actually you. Okay, you are that higher self. You are that pure positive feeling. You are that higher consciousness. And whenever you are connecting with your true emotional state of consciousness is the moment that you are actually connecting with your true higher self, because it's all about feelings. The feeling is the GPS. The feeling is the guidance system. Listen to your feelings and accept yourself unconditionally, because you are a beautiful soul of light and love. You are a magical spiritual being, and you have come here on the planet to actually celebrate. Okay, I believe that yes, suffering is necessary, but we didn't necessarily come here with the purpose of suffering. We have come here to celebrate everything. So guys, thank you for watching. This is my perspective on how to connect with the true authentic self. Realize that it's you, and when you have the patience necessary to be wise enough, when you have the patience necessary to create at your own rhythm, you realize that you have the power to manifest and to be anything that you desire. Guys, thank you for watching, and like always, see you on what is coming up next. If you are new to the channel, feel free to subscribe, leave a comment, and if you want to be part of my spiritual podcast called Constantly Awakening, feel free to send me a message. Also, if you wish to work with me and really get to know yourself in a more spiritual way, feel free to also send me a message. Guys, I love you so much. Realize that you're not perfect, but you are perfect in your imperfections. There is no failure in life, because our souls are not designed to fail. I love you so much. Much peace, and see ya.